What's good, PUBG Mobile Kenya community? It is your girl Mitch Gaming, and tonight we are officially live for the first day in the grand finale for the KPL series chapter 1. Of course, I'm expecting some change in gameplays. I have seen some people predicting that the team that is going to be winning this series is going to be RC. Well, I don't know about that. When you saw... Oh, give me a second. When you saw the overall ranking, when it came to the games being played here during the semi-finale, we had Tycoons Esports leading the road. So I don't know if it's going to be a little bit different this time around, because all the best teams right now are in the same lobby. And as you can see, people are losing numbers one by one. RC, of course, we know their strategy, 3 players in factory. And then one of them goes to that recall center just to make sure their team is able to get at least a recall as soon as the fight ends. So I'm going to try my best and see if we can actually locate all the fights that are happening right now, because One Take Esports is already giving a team here around for their money. And a grenade lands on someone. Lewaria gets knocked and thirsted instantly. They did not let this guy even breathe for a second. Quite unfortunate there. But then I believe that was Baba Yao doing his thing. So, of course, with how things are, of course, changing, you can see some teams will be changing, not even changing, but, of course, people are preparing to play in the Sub-Saharan African Clash. And everything they do right now is basically a training ground. And how they take on fights, how they handle their opponents, that is going to be reflected in SSA. Because right now, of course, you have filtered from 50 teams to just 18, not 50, 40 teams, sorry, to just 18 teams making it into this grand finale. So of course, in the comment section, guys, you can tell me which teams are you guys watching for, and which team do you think is going to be winning at this grand finale. So far, most of the teams are taking on some good damage. RC, they are already gathering some elimination points. Remember, 15,000 Kenyan shillings is on the line, and the top team is the team that is going to be enjoying the most. So everything your team does today is very much important. 6 eliminations already locked in for RC. I don't know if they're going to be getting any more. Asteria Esports is also quite close to them. Red Bull and Baba Yao and... But I told you I'm not saying these names for Asteria Esports. I don't trust these guys at all. But we can see Bravo is also here in the game. Of course, you're going to be seeing a couple of changes in terms of gameplay. I don't see Rashiano going hastily for that push. You can see he's trying to calculate his moves here. So, of course, this is something I did expect when it came to how the teams are going to be performing, what they're doing, the rotations they're making. Are we going to be landing Horde? Are we going to be landing outside the zone and then coming back a bit later? All this depends on the IGL, if I'm being honest. But, of course, we are yet to see what's going to be happening there. Bravo seems to have been taken on there. Asteria Esports taking on Rashiano as well. And Red Bull immediately gets a knock. We can see someone from RC also is able to get a knock. Just when I left, that is when that knock happened. Prime won third party in that fight. And we have seen the damage there. Shano is already down on his knees there. Vaughn trying to get closer. And Shaki is literally in front of them. Probably a grenade here. If it goes well, it's going to be a Kobe on Shaki. But Deadly Clan decides, we'll be third party in the fight here. And they take that elimination with them. But of course, you can see someone trying to get some damage on them. That is One Take Esports. They're also closing in on where we have RC and Deadly Clan. So let's see if they're going to be able to take on RC Esports, if they're going to be able to take on Rashiano Shaki. Of course, no, there we have Dead being taken down. And Meech trying to get closer, spotted as well. And my friend there will be going back to lobby as well. Now it's going to be up to the man who basically did not land with the team. I think this is a strategy for all the teams that are playing when it comes to KPL. Everyone lands as a trio, then everyone else goes as far away as possible from the fight. One person lands far away from the team, and then everyone else, the 3 players, decide, okay, let's land in between that fight and get as many eliminations as we can. Of course, it has not been consistent. Some teams, they have not really been able to farm eliminations. Eliminations are just in this first zone fight. 10 eliminations, actually 11 now, and One Take Esports is still here. They're feeding RC all these eliminations. U7 is also here. They can also decide to take on some eliminations with them, but it seems like that is not going to be happening, because now Shaki is also closing in on them. This is something that I had expected. Of course, some teams, we have Pedro there being spotted, nothing started immediately, and now Shaki trying to go against Alberto, misses the shot, and he goes down as well. Now RC is losing numbers here. And actually, the only person who's standing is just Uncle Way. Well played there from. Okay, one take is also part of the party. They did get some eliminations there. We have Saint there going far away from the fight, and you think being able to take on that last player from U7 who was still in factory, and that means the team that actually dominated this place. Is basically one take esports. Even though they have only 6 eliminations, they are still the ones who are able to survive when it comes to these games. So right now, with the zone closing in, I think most of the teams need to get moving. Rush Esports playing all the way down in that blue zone, and they're not even going to the safe zone. I don't know why or what they're doing here. But I mean, if it's part of their plan, then let them be. So Rush Esports, I hope your strategy works out, because if you stay outside the zone a little longer, then it's going to be a very, very bad situation for your team here. Brutal Cycles, you have the Arabic guy being sported, knocked and thirsted. NEX also in the competition, and they can see that there's a team there. Prime Esports is watching. They saw the shots. They know NEX is down there. So any small mistake from NEX will have Prime Esports taking down NEX. But if you're reading the live stream, what's good? How are you feeling today? The old nostalgia song, always a banger for everyone. I think you're talking about the Starting Soon song. Also a fan of it, never changed it. I think 2 years down the line, it's still there. I don't know if I'm gonna change it. I have who's this? Krish saying Dark Tempers. Okay, let's see how Dark Tempers. Ooh, who's this? Oh, Ethan. Let's get sported there. Of course, that spray is going to be taking him home. So I think the teammates need to do something about that. But let's see what Brutal Cycles is up to, because we can see some eliminations on their side. A couple of their teammates already we can see the Arabic guys in lobby. And Mitch is knocked there from Deadly Clan. They are getting surrounded. Beautiful play. They actually, all the 3 players are down. Oh, no data? Bro, did my light just go off? No way. Oh wow, Safaricom, not today please. Bro, fudges. Safaricom wants to frustrate us tonight, of all days, in the semi-finale. Ah, come on man, this is too much, ne? But then Deadly Clan, they loses the numbers 2. Brutal Cycles and Tycoons Esports right now. Oh, what? Logic almost finished Asteria Esports there. Bravo was knocked, but luckily for Asteria Esports, they actually have the numbers to survive. So Red Bull does come in there with that save. One take Esports player, Saint. Oh, you can ruin history right now. But it seems like he doesn't want to take on that fight just yet. He's going to be taking his time maybe to figure out what next. But Rex Squad is third party in the party. And we can see Remontada closing in there, trying to get closer. I don't know if he's going to be able to get any eliminations happening there against the players from Asteria Esports. HL is also surrounding the area. I think Asteria Esports right now, they are saying all the prayers they can. They're already on the hill there, so maybe the prayers will work if they do it on top of that hill. But if the prayers don't work, then Asteria Esports will be on a very, very bad situation right now. HL, cool third party. Rex Squad, cool third party. But of course, they're choosing not to. But we have Yako there. Of course, he might have just had remontada, and he is basically waiting for that opportunity. If that grenade goes well, it's gonna be a Kobe, and somebody will be going down on their knees. The nade goes in, doesn't really connect. We have remontada cooking up a good one. If it goes well, it's gonna be a Kobe, but then the nade doesn't really connect just yet. Rexco there, we have one of the teammates being engaged with the players of RC. A teammate tries to get closer, but remontada immediately takes on his vehicle and decides, I'm gonna be engaging in that. Well, remontada right now needs to do something. The teammate Godobo is down. Aura is down. Huge, trying to push RC right now. Remember, RC went out of factory, 11 eliminations to their bag, in their bag, and now we have them getting to push here. Huge, beautiful nade. Oh, what? No, Huge, that reflex was actually very lethal from Fedro. He would have been able to take him down, but you know, Huge was just there. He had a reflex, but the luck was not on his side there. Last player remaining from Rex Squad, Remontada, basically 0 HP right now. He should have gone for that revive or a recall just to get the numbers going. But right now, RC is hungry, and they will be going in for that push. And this last player from Rex Squad will not be having an easy time. They will give him pressure. He wants to recall here. Who do you think you are that you can recall without the players from RC giving you a hard time? Who do you think you are? Remontada takes the risk. Is he going to finish that recall? Is he going to finish that recall? Remontada continues, actually finishes, and his teammate is going to be coming back. Oh, wait, what? Oh, it worked. Hutch and God of War. Okay, that was a good risk. Businessman right there. That's a businessman. But of course, when that fight was going on, I saw the players from Dark Tempers, they're taking on a fight. Rush Esports might just be forced to take on NEX as well. So as they figure out whether they want to do that or not, let's see what Dark... Okay, never mind. I was looking for Dark Tempers. I don't know what happened there. But the zone is closing in. The teams are coming towards each other. Finally, that last zone fight is going to be won for the books here. Remember, this is a grand finale, day one. Grand finals will only be for 2 days. 10 matches, and after the 10 matches, that is when we'll be knowing the reigning champions for KPL Series Chapter 1. Now, RC, we have one of their teammates is already down. One Take Esports closing on RC right now. They have been able to get a revive on Uncle Way, but One Take Esports have proven time and time again that One Take Esports is ready to conquer the universe, and that means the PUBG Mobile Kenya community esports scene. They have been amongst the most improved teams when it comes to KPL, and it is finally showing there. They are trying to get the rotations, muting, make it a very wide rotation, but my friend is going towards another team. And I think one take player here, Newton, is going to be costing his team in case something goes wrong. Grenades coming in from every single side. We're about to see red zones. Rashiano cooking up his... Oh, it's a molly. But then the molly doesn't really even get to start spray for now. But the zone is about to close in. All the teams, they need to get moving. One Take Esports, they take on their vehicle. They need to make their rotations. RC, they can't hear the vehicle. The question is, will they be able to engage? They're making a rotation. RC trying to get the sprays here, but then no one is getting damaged at all, because they cannot see them. NEX, they're taking on a fight. So let me go and have NEX, because it seems like they're having a good time here. It's a good day in the office. FER guy getting closer. Beautiful sprays there from Yahya. If the sprays go... Oh, no way. The sprays almost had him, but the vehicle there hitting the rock. It is something that actually affected his HP there. FE Arab guy still moving around. The U7 Alberto basically hiding with his vehicle. One Take Esports taking on Brutal Psychos. I mean, right now, everyone is just in the middle of a fight. And surviving is not going to be an easy thing there. One Take Esports, Asteria Esports, all these teams are sporting each other. Brutal Psychos getting knocked as well. We can see where the team is. Let's see what Brutal Psychos is up to. One of the teammates is down already. We can see them trying to get the revives. Viper sporting Asteria Esports. And it's some action to happen right now. I need someone to do something impressive. Otherwise, I will be here for a while. But then excess power. They're also closing on Brutal Psychos. Well, it seems like One Take Esports there have been at a disadvantage. We can see they have been eliminated with different teams. We have Prime Esports as well losing numbers. Excess power, they have Rush Esports behind them. Rush Leon ni kama ataki vita. Today Rush Esports is playing it as safe as they can. A grenade there coming from him. If it goes well, I think Lewario will be going back to lobby on that grenade. And of course, the players there from Rush Esports still trying to get it confirmed there. Brutal Psychos are focusing on Asteria Esports, but they have a team on their left side, and that is Excess Power, giving them a hard time as well. HL just playing it safe, listening to the shots, listening to the rhythm, and just dancing to it. Right now, they do not want anything to do with violence. Not today, maybe another day. Right now, you have a push there. Rush guy being spotted by Killer. Beautifully done. And we have the players from Rush Esports distracting the guy there. They do take him down. It's going to be up to 911. Question is, my friend, will we be calling you? Or will you be calling the ambulance yourself? There, grenade coming hot on Rush Esports. The nade doesn't really connect, but he knows they're there. He can hear them. Good earphones always work, always win at the end of the day. But let's see if Excess Power player is going to be doing a number here. But as he does that, Brutal Psychos, on the other hand, there is getting some action on their end. Ooh. And that's what we call a Kobe, my good people. That's what we call a Kobe. RC Esports, one of the teammates is already down there. Shaki trying to get the healing happening up there. Shiano closing in, and they are getting pressure. Brutal Psychos as well. HL Esports, they are there getting the pressure on Brutal Psychos. They're getting the revives. The zone is closing in. Asteria Esports losing numbers. I'm not sure who's going to be winning this. And a beautiful Kobe. And on the teammates of Brutal Psychos goes down. Finisher AI cooks up another grenade. If it goes well, it's going to be a Kobe. And Viper will be down. Another nade locks in. A Kobe goes in there. Ali, last man standing. I think every single day we watch KPL, Ali's the only person standing from Brutal Psychos 90% of the time. 90%. But now they have lost the numbers. They need to make their rotations happening here. We need Ali to think on his feet. Otherwise, HL is going to be given a hard time here. We have RC, one of the teammates, Uncle Way, getting knocked by the zone. The third parties. But then Rush Esports farming those eliminations one by one. Sharky being spotted. We can see the damage on him here. Rush Esports, we have him trying to go in for that push, and Pedro goes down as well. That's going to be up to Rushiano and Sharky to do something about this. Rush Esports, they are going in for that push. They want the points, and you have another player going down there. Last man standing, Rushiano. It has to be him who gives the team what they need, what they deserve. A chicken dinner to back up a 22 eliminations point. How did RC get to 22? Somebody explain this, because 22 eliminations, that's basically a team's total points when you put in eliminations and the placement points. But then Rushiano, they're trying to do something. Does try to get a shotgun on Ali, but it gets too cocky. And we have Finisher sporting him and taking Rushiano all the way back to lobby. Now 3 teams remaining. Brutal Psychos, Rush Esports, and HL. All of them locked in. All of the teams right now are looking for that chicken dinner. And of course, being the first day, I don't know. It's gonna be a hard time right now. But of course, we're going to be seeing how Rush Esports does this. What are we expecting? But of course, we're going to be taking our time there. We have HL being spotted. Of course, another teammate Mizo there has been taken down. Another player, that is Mateo, being spotted. He goes down as well. That's going to be up to just one player remaining, and that is Finisher AI, who will be forced to either get a chicken dinner to back up those 14 eliminations, or it's going to be GG's to HL and a chicken dinner to Rush Esports. We have seen them. Rush Esports took their time. They made the late rotations. They did not really have a lot of fights on their end. But then this time round, that actually paid off. Rush Esports is going to be in that chicken dinner zone, and AI will be going back to lobby. GG's on that. Well played. Winner chicken dinner for Rush Esports. But not only a chicken dinner, they are able to get themselves 11 eliminations to back up that chicken dinner, meaning 21 points for Rush Esports. Second place, you have HL. HL, they have a total of 14 eliminations. Third, you have Brutal Psychos. They have a total of 12 eliminations. Fourth, you have RC, 22 eliminations. 5, you have NEX with a total of how many eliminations right now? 10 eliminations. Amazing. 6, you have Asteria Esports there with how many eliminations on their side? 10 eliminations as well. Excess Power 7th place 3, 8, U7 with 3, 9, Prime Esports 3, 10, IG also 3, 11, One Take Esports 6, 12, you have FE1, 13, Rex Code 2, 14, Dark Temper 0, 15, Deadly Clan 2, 16, TYC 1, 17, NGX 1, and then 18, we have Inhale Tempo with 6. Going a lot with 8 eliminations. We have RC Shaki, Best Companion and 2 Rescues, Rushiano, and then Finisher with the final elimination, Rush. Guns. Well, I believe that is it for game number 1. It has been nothing but an interesting day. Asteria Esports, I can see that we have a fun for Asteria Esports. GG's to Asteria Esports. 10 eliminations, not a chicken dinner just yet, but I'm hoping they have a plan around that. PUBG Sports server when hosting tournament. PMNC, my friend. Call another comment there, discuss, talk, and something. Split screen, show your partner POV for that side, match professional. Okay, for now, we don't have professional broadcasting for these games. That is KPL Series Chapter 1 Grand Finale. But, of course, in the Sub-Saharan African Clash, it's going to be fully production. So, for now, just enjoy KPL as normally. As we fix our own production, starting from next season, we'll be having it. For now, just, roll with it. Anyway, let's take a quick break, and then we'll be right back after the break to enter the second game of the night. BRB. All right, so we're basically back, and it is that second game of the night. We are going into a wrangle. And I mean, someone in the comment section basically asked, 22 eliminations, there's no competition. I think 22 eliminations sum up from the first hot drop. If your team can survive the first hot drop in Rondo, there is a recall tower. So if we survive here, right? We have survived. Let's now leave factory. Let's go any other place, Jadena, anywhere other than where we are. And let's go try get some eliminations. Let's leave one person by that recall center and see if we can still farm more eliminations. If a team does this and they end up encountering maybe a team that is either holding and waiting for that last zone fight, most of the time these teams tend to be very scared and very worried that if anyone finds them, then they're going to get them. So if you find such a team, it can be easy for you to get these eliminations easy without even fumbling, without even having to put in a lot of work. So you can find a team like RC does take advantage of these situations, and they end up getting up to 22 eliminations. They get eliminated along the way. That one teammate far away in the recall center can't recall them. So I think that is where the 22 eliminations are coming. But let's see if that's going to be a bro. Did English come with, bro, kwa English mtu anasemaje kwenye kizungu ilikuja na meli. Anyway. Let's see if it's going to be shown here as well in game 2. Are they going to show us more of the 22 kills, or it was just Rondo, But anyway, let's see how this goes. We end that second game of the night, and the safe zone does go towards the western side of Erangel. So all the teams right now that are landing away from the zone, I hope they have a plan to come back and engage later with good loot. Because if you go all the way outside in that blue zone, the zone gets you. We see a whole team being wiped out by the blue zone. That's something we're going to be discussing about your team, okay? But then look at a military base. We all know military base is the home for brutal cycles. But this time round, NEX seems to be comfortable landing with brutal cycles. Just by the bridge there, we have the U7 Esports, and they might be gatekeeping there for a while. We have Prime Esports here also a little bit close to Farm, where we have another team that is RC, and really close to them there is Tycoons Esports. So maybe there will be something happening there. Inhale Tempo as well. Let me see. I need to put this up to see if there's audio. Okay, so we have Inhale Tempo of going all the way to Severny to get their loot happening. But again, be careful of where you land. Ideals landing in Zerki, that is where the flight path began. So I think that is okay for them to land there. Of course, no one would have thought about landing in Zerki. We have One Take Esports in Georgepol. In the northern side of Georgepol, we have a team that is Rexport. Around Gatka, we have two teams, FE and Rush Esports. I believe this is where all the action is going to beginning. But if you see HL, they are all the way in Rozok. They are making their way to Yesnaya Poliana to loot. Guys, you have to be strategic. Come on. Why would you go all the way to Yesnaya Poliana just for loot? Please, let's be serious, ne? Dark Tempers, we have them in Mansion, playing it safe there as well. But right now, let's see what the team here, that is FE and Rush Esports, are going to be up to. A little bit too early for the fights, if you ask me. But of course, if it is part of their plan, then there's nothing we can do about it. Rush Esports right now, remember, they have already been able to get a chicken dinner, 12 eliminations, 14 eliminations, sorry, to back that up. So they already have 24 points. If they lose a fight this early in the game, the next time we are going to be seeing Rush Esports is the third game. That means they will have dropped their rankings by a very big margin just by losing a fight this early in the game. But let's see what Rush Esports is up to in the comment section. You know all the teams that are participating. All the 18 teams are in the game. So I'm really interested to see how this goes. But then Prime Esports there, they seem to be taking on an early fight. And RC already has worn down. Shaki, they are very much damaged. Fedro, it seems like he's been spotted. But he does get that knock on Ethan. Prime Esports, 2 players down. Fedro very much low. But right now, Prime Esports is going to be feeling the pressure. RC, they want to go in for that push. Prime Esports in that hot zone. They do not know what to do here. Notice is waiting. If they they go in for that push, have a vector, one good spray, I'll be getting one person down. Dustin might be a second issue, but let me just find that one entry. No, Rashiano, they're trying to get closer. Beautiful grenade there from Rashiano. The nade actually gets damaged. And notice, you are 0 HP. Basically, nothing is remaining for this guy. And he tries to go away to get the healing happening there. We can see them trying to push him. They're trying to get the pre-fires in. They do not see him. And he gets Rashiano down. Pedro very much low. He wants to go in for that push. Another player goes down. Oh my days. Prime notice giving RC a notice saying, onyo kubwa usiingie hapa. And RC there do get to lose at least two of their players there. We can see Sharky, he's the only person standing there. He's trying to get the revive here on Fedro, but as he does that, Deadly Clan decides watch out to PT hapa. Deadly Clan, why are you doing this? Why would you do this to Prime Esports? Prime Esports was chilling, almost wiping RC. We have them sporting there. Beautiful sprays on Sharky. I mean, notice Onion your heel. And he does get some spray there on the players from RC. Fedro basically revived right now. One of their teammates is already down on their knees. The last person standing is actually Notice. And Deadly Clan is no longer engaging. Come on, Deadly Clan. You want to start something? Finish it. Finish it. Yes, Dark Tempest can dominate this Orango. Again, guys, pardon me. I think my Wi-Fi is spiking up and down at random times. But I know the live is continuing. What we do it will just buffer for a second and come back. So right now, Prime Esports, they cannot get the revive on their knocked teammates. You need to keep that in mind. RC, two of them in lobby, Rashiano and Uncle Way. That was a very bad move there coming from the players from RC. They did get that push up in, but it was a little bit... what? Oh, damn. I thought that was Shaki's spray with the AKM. But I mean, Dark Tempest there, one of the teammates does pass by the shadow. It gets knocked, and they're trying to get the fast happening there, but it's not really working. We have the teammates there passing by as well. I think Nova and Power are going to be trying to get the revive on their knocked teammate. Devil also making his rotations, but it seems like that revive is not going to be happening since they're not sure if they want to go in for that push or not. But let's go back to where we have Prime Notice, the man of the match. A Kobe on his face. But then the nade doesn't really connect just yet. There we have the teammates already in lobby. They're probably giving him some advice, telling him this, you can do that, you can do this, you cannot do that. But he sees the plus RC, tries to get some sprays there. They're moving away. They're going away from the fight. But then the sprays are not really connecting just yet. And RC, very lucky they will be going away from Prime Esports player Notice here. I mean, he has impressed all of us. Kills Zile, well played. And RC right now will be avoiding this fight. So just like we said, Rondo and Erangel are a little bit different. How you take on a fight in Rondo is not how you will take on a fight in Erangel. All these maps are different. How you handle the fast zone fights, all of them are different. If this were Rondo, a recall would have happened for Rashiano and his teammate Uncle Way, but that is not going to be possible because in Erangel, we do not have a recall. Santa U7 are making the rotations here. They're going to be trying to make their way maybe into that safe zone. You have Milsa, they have Tycoons Esports. They're also not in that safe zone. They need to get moving. RC making their rotations as well. But then the Brutal Psychos, they seem to be having a fight where they are. We do know where they're coming from. We do know they're coming from military base. We can see already they have been able to get at least one of the players. They have been able to get a knock. And they're making a rotation. NEX there we have 67 basically playing it safe. A Brutal Psycho is very much aware of their location. Yeah, he cannot drive past this mark. He cannot move past this place. Brutal Psychos, they're watching them. We can see they're trying to get some pre-fires on our guys from NEX, but this sprays are not really connecting. But then Flow comes in, and I mean this vehicle. Oh no, yeah, here there does get spotted. He's already down. Already one of the teammates, Mike, there has been knocked, and Thurston, yeah, here can try and go down, maybe get a revive and get into that hovercraft. But remember, Brutal Psycho is very much watching, and he decides to give up. NEX, why are you changing your seats? 67, they cannot damage you at all. You just need to drive this thing as fast as you can all the way to Ferry Pier and go. But they're going back and going around again. I hope they have enough utilities for that. When you look at Flo Junior, doesn't really have any bandages with him there. So that's something. Rush Esports, what's happening? One take esports. Well, let's go and have a one take because it seems like we have a fight where they are. We can see a couple of knocks. One elimination to their name so far. Deadly Clan made their way to school apartments. I don't know when they got here, but hey, mambo ni hayo ama. But so far so good. Most of the teams are closing in on each other. So let's see how this goes, how this plays out. NGX playing it safe as well. We have Unity Blaster. They seem to have spotted a team right next to where they are. That is Inhale Tempo. So let's see what their plan is. Jogo, yo. There we go. Jogo does get knocked. And that's it. Asteria Esports, what are you doing in that compound? Oh my days. It seems like the FE Rush Esports fight here actually went sideways, and Rush Esports already lost 3 of their players. So this is what I'm actually talking about. In the esports scenes, you should be able to understand Erangel, Rondo, Miramar, not the same maps. How we play Rondo is not how we play Erangel. How we play Erangel is not how we play Miramar. I don't expect you to be standing in the middle of the road in Miramar, hiding behind a rock, and there's someone in Mount Kilimanjaro that can see you in the middle of the desert, and you're standing there. No, we cannot do that, right? But of course, it does take some adjusting to do, and it is a good thing to have teams playing in these tournaments. Sub-Saharan Clash is coming next week. With schedule will be out. People will see when the qualifiers are. Get your training on. PMNC is on the way. We need to have as many Kenyan teams as possible. Sasa. But then Rexco, there we have a fight happening where they are. Remontada knocked and thirsted. And they do have a team right where they are. They might be engaging in a fight. We have Inhale Tempo. We have HL Esports. A team that has already given Rush Esports a run for their money. And they are still here. Kuna hii comment watu wanapenda sana kuweka kwa group ya Kenya where people say imagine playing and not making it to the finals. And right now all these teams have made it to the finale, and Rex Code player there does get knocked. Finish AI, making sure to confirm that knock while at it. Now most of the teams here are taking on an early fight. HL Esports has to be very much careful. Church trying to run away from the fight. I don't know if he's going to be making it. Actually, he does. The bag is very much okay. But as he makes his rotation, they have Inhale Tempo on his left there. We can see some damage on Huge trying to get away here. But it's a little easy. And it seems like Inhale Tempo haven't been able to spot a HL. They were a little bit cocky. I mean, the confidence there from taking on Rush Esports can't get into your head. You're trying to maybe play the game thinking it's as easy as before. We have a team watching you. Inhale Tempo was watching them. And that player from HL there has been knocked and thirsted. Beautifully played their one take. If they can just come closer. We saw them passing by, but it seems like they took on that hill, and they're still going to be staying there for a while. They can't see the views. They can't see the fights. Asteria Esports, they can also see the teams right in front of them now. Tycoons Esports, here's the thing. They are also in the zone, and Rexcode, god damn. Guys, what is happening to Erangel? I don't think anyone knows where to go, because right now everyone is just worried that any compound you crash has someone with you. Tycoons Esports are making their rotations, are trying to scout out the area, but at least they need to find a compound that is occupiable. They have been able to find one around Gatka. I have to admit it. I love Gatka. Do you know why? It is the den of wings. Dark Tempers, they have been spotted. We have a very, very good fun here from Dark Tempers watching the live, cheering on the team here back to back. So let's see what Dark Tempers has for us. We have not really watched even a single fight from them, but then this time around we want to see what they're up to. Excess Power taking on that push. And the teammate Nova is cooking up a grenade, almost getting a Kobe. The sprays are coming from the side there. But then, I mean, Excess Power has to be very much careful. We have NEX closing as well there. We can see their teammates getting knocked. Who is knocking these people? So, Dark Tempers. Ooh. How did that grenade? Oh, I think it landed down. I thought the grenade was going to be connecting there, but then Dark Tempers are basically trying to get as many grenades as possible on the players from Excess Power. Killer waiting for someone to make a mistake. Nunez holding that balcony. Come on, you can cook a good one. You can cook a good one. He doesn't have a grenade. They don't have grenades. No one in the team has any more grenades. I don't know what their plan is going to be here, but then Dark Tempers is cooked their Excess Power. They can decide to get a couple of grenades, and mollies are coming towards their side. Let's see what Asteria Esports is up to. We can see a couple of knocks where they are. Rush Esports player guns still hiding. Where? Wangambaya. 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 Wewe. Wangambaya. Next time utavaa nguo hizi ndio. But then so far so good. We have the players of NEX there. They seem to be taking on a fight there. Wreck God of War is already pushed there by NEX. You can see him trying to get pre-fires. He's not really able to spot where this player is exactly. But then God of War is basically in the middle of two teams right now. NEX, Tycoons Esports, all these teams are very much close to him. NEX already, one of their teammates is down. We have 67 trying to go in for that push, a stun grenade just to blind him. It actually did. He was there where you threw it. Oh my days. But he wasn't able to go in for that push. An FPP is an S12K. He does try to get the P fires. The God of War goes outside. And that's going to be the opposite direction. And this time around, the God of War actually does do a number on the last player from NEX. Tycoons Esports was that part in the fight. But they did not really do much about it. Excess power. 3 of their teammates down. Come on, Dark Tempers. I mean, now the fight is feeling good about it. Dark Tempers can go in for that, which Killer are very much around it. The DPS in his hand there. Giving him his back was a bad decision. He's low. They're going in for that push. And Dark Tempers, their fan is happy. Oh my days. Good stuff. Good stuff there. HL, mbona amereg Sub-Saharan kama Somali team na ako KPL. Hey, Uchiha. Bwana waulize rada. Huwa tunauliza mtu, wewe ni Mkenya au Msomali? Mtanzania nitachezea huku nachezea kule. Naambia okay. Wewe cheza kwenye roho yako inakufurahisha ama vipi? So right now, 15 teams remaining. All I can say is it's about to go down. Honestly, if your team is already for the action that comes with KPL, then you're going to be having a hard time trying to survive, because sometimes the Kenyan teams can be a tad aggressive if they're going for something. 15,000 Kenya shillings on the line. Niliwekelea bet na 100 because it was 400 per team. Basically, kila mtu alikuwa anatoa 100 kwa team. So if nimetoa 100 nimekelea bet ya so. Lazima ivane. That's what exactly the teams are telling themselves right now. The back of their mind, they're thinking about the prize pool. They know that the grand finale is only for 2 days, 10 matches only, and that is when we'll get to know the team that will be the reigning champions for KPL Series Chapter 1. Right now, Rex got what? God of War? Okay, I thought it was gonna give us Esports a very hard time there, but he was able to get at least a knock. We can hear some sprays going towards the players of Asteria Esports. They decide to crush where Wreck God of War was. Tycoons Esports are still in that compound. I don't think they want to move just yet. Just by the drop there, we saw a team that is the Brutal Psychos. They're also going to be expecting something coming from that end. Because right now, most of the teams, if I'm being honest, what comes in their mind right now is our compound safe. That's all that matters. Is our compound safe? Asteria Esports, they are making their rotations. One Take Esports as well are making their rotations. I think they're trying to find the perfect place to be in prime notice there. You have been spotted, and the Saint might just be the teammate, the player that actually takes you back to lobby. Prime notice, actually a good thinking. Here, he does take a right turn. Immediately, he realized that there was someone behind me. There's no way I'm driving directly to him. But then the thing he doesn't know is that Asteria Esports is there. FE Esports can spot him as well. The damage on the vehicle, the damage on prime notice is actually really, really good. Inhale tempo taking on U7. Why cannot move? Was it eliminated? Oh, damn. Oh, my days. I'm sorry. Sometimes you cannot move if someone is eliminated. So now U7. We had them spotting One Take Esports some sprays there towards Newting. The sprays are not really connecting. I don't know how that happened there, but then HL, they seem to have taken on a Dark Tempers together in Inhale Tempo, and they will be taking them back to Lobby FE Esports. They are also taking on their fights there. We're not really seeing much from them. But of course, if they want, they could get closer to the fights and also get some eliminations on their end. But as they do that, Brutal Psychos seems to be having a party. Eliminations after eliminations, or 4 eliminations so far. And they're still looking for more. They want to take on these teams. They're making the slow rotations. Another team by the heel there. And now see what team that is. Inhale Tempo in the middle here, trying to make the rotations in that open field. HL holding the high ground. The zone is pushing every single player, and that's gonna be something about it. That's something about it. But let me see. But why was Guns lying down? Guns anakuanga tu dunia yake. So FE right now taking on a fight. And I'm going to be going where they are right now. It seems like they are taking on IGL. And that rotation is taking place. Why is everyone driving around? I cannot even understand where the fights are. But then IGL player there has been spotted. He decides to take on a fight. Why would you spray and you're alone, my brother? Now everyone knows that Atomics is here. They're going to be trying to get some sprays towards him. He's one player that's going to be an easy kill if they get elimination on him. They're FE Harlem making his rotation into the zone. The teammates are getting eliminated by that blue zone. So I hope their plan is going to work. FE Esports as they make their rotations. We have Tycoons Esports. One of the teammates is down already. We have FE almost. Hey! Why Logic? What? No way, Logic missed that spray. If FE Echo basically stopped in front of him and he could not get that knock at all. Now Echo making his rotation will encounter someone. Oh, and Atomics will be taking him down. But then this time round, the player that is actually going to be getting elimination is going to be Brutal Psycho's player. He does port him and he takes him back to Labrador. Esports also receiving some hit there. We can see one of their teammates there has been knocked and thus that people are getting ambushed from every single side. And all you need to have is composure, Habibis. Composure. Hey. But right now we have the players there from Asteria Esports. I don't know what their plan is. The zone is actually shifting. They're not safe. Tycoons Esports also trying to see how will they be making it to that safe. Actually, the only teams that are safe right now is Deadly Clan and Brutal Psychos. So for Asteria Esports, Tycoons Esports, IGL Atomics, all these teams need to make it into that safe zone. So if they are not well equipped, if the driver does not watch F1, somebody will be going back to Lobby Deadly Clan there does get COVID, and I believe Brutal Psychos will be taking advantage of this right now. Nades are coming in there. Someone is getting pushed there. Nest of K, and he goes down. Of course, Dusted immediately tries to go in for that, but remember, kila mtu si rafiki yako. Asteria Esports actually crash on that compound, and we can hear the shotguns there from Tycoons Esports while the teammates Big Man has been taken down. Logic trying to get the spray is happening there. Ghetto, he does get the spray and does cover his teammate. Bravo goes back into the vehicle, and he gets knocked as well. Tycoons Esports, the damage is actually really good from the zone, and Baba Yao jumps into that safe zone. Now it's gonna be up to Abdaka to take Baba Yao, but Baba Yao takes him outside there, and Brutal Psychos is able to get to the last player there from Asteria Esports. Whatever happened here is called absolute cinema. But now IGL, I don't know what. Oh wait, the Baba Yao kill went to Abdaka. The vehicle ililipuka baada ameenda what? Wangambaya. We have IGL there. Atomics been able to get at least one player already. We can see the sprays there from Brutal Psychos. Atomics, let's say it with me. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. And just like that, second game of the night basically done and dusted. Brutal Psychos, chicken dinner in Erango. Well played, well deserved. Not only a chicken dinner, but they get themselves 15 eliminations from that game. Well played, well thought out game for Brutal Psychos. Well deserved chicken dinner. Second place, you have the IGLs there with 3 eliminations. For a big shout out, of course, to Atomics for surviving all through. We have third place, Asteria Esports. They get themselves 11 eliminations. Well played. 4, we have Tycoons Esports. 3, 5, you have Deadly Clan. 5, 6, you have FE. 4, 7, you have One Take Esports. 2, 8, you have HL. 3, 9, we have Rush Esports. 0, 10, we have Inhale Tempo. 6, 11, you have NGX. 2, 12, you have Dark Tempers. 4, 13, Prime Esports. 2, 14, U7. 2, 15, Rex Code 1. 16, RC 1. 17, Excess Power 1. And then 18, we have NEX with 0. Going a lot, 6 eliminations, you have BPX, Arab guy, Best Companion Run Rescue, BPX, Emoji guy, and then finish up with the final elimination, we have BPX, Viper. Well, that is it for game number 2. I am actually very much excited to see what's happening here because the tables are still turning. Not even a single definite winner when it comes to KPL Grand Finale, right? For right now, let's take a quick break and then we'll be right back after the break. BRB.
Feeling
Well, what's up, my good people? We're back for the third game of the night. And kuna mtu pale anakula stress na inabamba mbaya. Welcome to the land of KPL. Kama skills zimekukataa usijali. Usijali, CCTV iko open. One small mistake and we got it live, all right? But anyway, guys, it is the third game of the night. It is a wrangle. And as we have seen from the previous game, as long as you understand the wrangle, your chicken dinner will be waiting for you by the end of the game. Brutal Psychers who went for it. Not only a chicken dinner, 15 eliminations to back up that chicken dinner. I mean, Brutal Psychers, vijana kujeni pole pole. Ai, wacheni hata guns wasikie poa. Mtu ashike guns kwenye hapa amwambie usijali. Sijali baba. Don't worry. It's gonna be okay. Oh, it is a good time here in the Kenya PUBG Mobile League series. It is chapter 1. And of course, we have seen what the teams can do. We have seen what it means to dominate in the Kenyan PUBG lobby. It's not as easy as it sounds, but kama unajiweza, then why not do it? Like it was when I hope for 18 teams in the lobby, but there can only be one winner. Access Power landing all the way in Primos, can be far out if you ask me. But One Take Esports, they seem to have been landing right next to where we have Prime Esports player, that is Prime Notice, Prime Ethan, and Prime Von. They are all of them landing almost very much close to each other. So I believe we'll be seeing what to expect from there. Right now, Tycoons Esports as well. They're taking on their time here to loot around Milta. They have a team very much close to them, that is FE. One small mistake, and the FE there will be taking on some fights against that is TYC. We have the Inhale Tempo as well passing by Milta. And I don't think they want to take on a fight just yet. HL and the Deadly Clan. Already Deadly Teamy and the teammates. Is the audio delayed or is it me? When you get to this point, let me know if the audio is delayed. Oh yeah, it's delayed. Yeah, it's delayed. So Deadly Clan, they have been wiped out. Oh no, I know you guys don't like it when I do this. So let me do it real quick. Because delay will mean the person farming kills cannot, farming content, sorry, cannot get good content. Okay. Also guys, if you're watching the live stream, KPL is looking for clip editors. Someone who can edit really good content. We already have Ritik who's doing for us really funny memes. So now we want someone who's going to do for us some skills like kills, good grenades, good eliminations. If you know someone who can do that for us, please send them my way and I can have a quick chat with them. Sasa, I'd really appreciate it. That's what KPL is looking for right now. I have a savior in my heart, but is inside. So go stand and leave. So, shit, I almost swallowed my own saliva there. So I hope you guys have at least had my request. Let me wear my headphones correctly. I hope you guys have had my request. So if you know someone who can do really good edits for kills, grenades, tournament intros, please send them my way and let's have a chat. Sawa. It's a very open DM. My DMs are very much open to anyone who has any suggestions. KPL welcomes all your suggestions. So let's focus and let's see what this game holds for us here. We cannot see any fights happening early again. I think the teams have learned from that second game. And our NGX they are sporting RC, and I don't think RC wants any early fights anymore. The previous game there, they lost. They got only one elimination. They went back to lobby 16th place. I don't think that was part of their plan. But it seems like they want to take on an early fight. Asha tuone gani ndio gani between RC and NGX, which team is going to be dominating this early fight? I mean, already we have one team chilling in that lobby, that is a Deadly Clan. Remember guys, everything you do here does lead you straight to that prize pool, 15,000 Kenya shillings on the line. Not only that, the MVP at least atapata kama 500. Mnajua Valentine's is next week my friends, Kama uko na mpoa na unacheza KPL, I hope umepiga hesabu ya Valentine's, because right on Sunday, Saturday tournament ikisha, Sunday asubuhi kila mtu anaamka na prize yake kwa M-Pesa. Wanielewa? So if you're playing na uko na mpoa, please, prime notice is about to close in where we have RC. Oh, a beautiful space there. We have the players, that is RC. Shaki actually spraying from the back. It does get a knock on the players from NGX. We can see Uncle Way also being able to get some knocks from where he is. And of course, once they get a knock there, Shiano immediately he goes in for that push, grenades, mollies, anything he can get towards the players from NGX just to get at least a knock confirmed here. They will be doing that. Prime Esports getting closer as well. Grenades are coming from Rashiano. They're not really connecting. Blaster is the only person standing here that can do something. Wow, the nade knocks and thrusts them. Beautiful Kobe's now one last player remains standing. 777 Kasimama, and the next thing he saw is nothing but the fool on his face. And just like that, NGX have been eliminated. RC 4 eliminations a little bit early in the game here, but of course it is a good risk because now they are 4 points ahead of everyone in this game. Right now, U7 Esports, 2 of their teammates, they have been knocked and thrusted. We can see the fight is still going on here. NEX trying to get closer. Grenade from Hussein. If it goes well, it's going to be a Kobe on Yahya. It doesn't really connect, but Yahya's nades actually gets a Kobe. And our man goes down. Alberto, another Kobe coming to your face. And you'll be looking at it just to say Kobe. The nade is cancelled. We can see him trying to go in for that push there. Yahya, he should have gone with that grenade. A beautiful play here, but the DBS just a little bit faster, and we have NEX here being revived and being saved from that early elimination from the game. Now 15 teams remaining. That means the 3 teams have already been eliminated. Yani game imeanza, watu washaanza kuona giza totoro. But don't worry about that. We have a lot of games remaining. So far they have played only 3. That means 7 more matches. 2 to be played tonight and 5 to be played tomorrow. Then after that, we can now see who's going to be the champion for KPL Series Chapter 1. Let's go ahead and check on Dark Temp as a team. Again, like I told you, they have a very loyal fan in the comment section. They have not disappointed. We saw them getting eliminations from Excess Power. And I think even for this game, they can do even more. You know, the thing I like about teams that play KPL, and this is something I always say, they're not fast to quit. They never quit. People will always show up. Even if the game doesn't go well, they'll come back, they'll play. And honestly, all the teams playing from first stage to the last stage, big up to you guys. Congratulations for just participating and doing something and playing and practicing. Because apart from one team, I think that is iOS Esports, that did not show up after one day, every other team has played consistently from day 1 to the last day. And this is just us giving you guys a sense of gratitude for being there, practicing, trying to get better. I mean, we have PMNC, we have PMAC, we have PMGO, PMGC. All these tournaments have Africa included. So why not train now so that you can be that team, just like we had RC, Team Execute, Masner Union representing Kenya, and everyone was there in the crowd cheering and saying, let's go Masner Union, let's go Team Execute, let's go RC. Why don't you have other teams stepping up this time around? Let's see Excess Power, let's go GG's and all that. Lewaria, yeah, of course he got the kill on RJC, you know, something like that. Let's be active, let's try and get better. Sasa, play the games, practice. Kama uja register SSA, sijui utasaidiwa na nani. But then have Rush Esports there already. One of their teammates kapatikana, and I'm looking for Rush Esports mwana siwapati. Okay, there we go. So Rush Guns this time around doesn't really survive. I don't think kulikuwa na bagi ya kujificha ndani, and that's how they were able to get that elimination on Rush Esports player Guns, but they can still hear the players many X. We can see some sprays there. Black has decided to risk it all and take on an early zone fight here. Rush Esports, think about your points. Guns last time he tried to survive, lakini all he did was spray mosquito spray with that S12K. But right now, Guns usikuja DM yangu. Pole, nimeacha. Nimeacha. Sitafanya hivyo tena. Rush Esports, we are your big fans, okay? We are your big fans, but an e-hail tempo, wow. If you're spotted by this guy, if you decide to push here, I mean, that will be a downfall. But then, of course, Rush Esports decide, nope, not today. And they make a very huge turn and decide to go as far away as they can from this fight. That is going to be something helpful for them, because you can see another team is also closing in there. That is HL. They do know that there's a team that has just passed by. They do know in-hail tempo is in this compound. They are not sure it's IHT, but they can actually hear the sprays. So I'm going to be waiting and see how this plays out for them. They are still making their rotations. But like I was saying, guys, the Sub-Saharan Clash has all the teams that you guys saw playing PMAC. And do you know why they're playing it? If I'm being honest with you. PMNC, PUBG Mobile Nations Cup, is about to begin, right? And prize pool is $22,000, basically 2.8 million Kenya shillings. And if you watch PUBG Mobile Esports, let me advise you. Russiano made disconnect. Guy, what? How is this possible? Aka disconnect gari nenda reverse. Hey, kwani PUBG imeachilia bwana. Acha nikuchanue. So when it comes to PUBG Mobile Esports scene, right? So, and that channel, but I see they're taking on the players some brutal cycles. One of the teammates has been taken down. Ali trying to pick up a nade, but then his teammates are getting knocked there. It's gonna be a hard time here. Even though they're done a player, Rushiano is basically disconnected. Fedra cooks up a nade. If it goes well, Viper might just be Kobe, but the nade doesn't really connect just yet. Another nade being cooked up here. Ali taking advantage of the confusion. He's trying to get the revive, and a nade coming from Fedro. Ali tries to do something with the shotgun there, doesn't really do anything. He actually meets someone and says, hey, what's that reading in your nyumba? He meets him again, but then this time around he's taken down. Last player standing, Viper. Rushiano comes back after being disconnected, and he takes on the last player from Brutal Psychers with his teammate Fedro. Well played there from RC. 8 eliminations in their bag again. A little bit early in the game if you ask me, but it seems like they're trying to recover from game 2. So IGLs, we have them also engaging in a fight. We can see a couple of knocks. Woo-wee! Nani amepiga shotgun. Excess Power got a knock with that shotgun. But let's see what's going to be happening here. The IGLs have Rush Esports basically on that high ground near prison, and they're waiting for them maybe to make a mistake, and they'll be engaging, but the IGLs have decided not the time to take on an early fight. Basically a good call. Remember, guys, there's a prize pool on the line. Bet yako ya so isiume nje. Bet yako ya 100 isiume nje. Haya. Nina nakwambia. But then you have Rush Esports there. Trying to get some sprays there on FE. Let's go and have excess power, because we saw a shotgun sniper, with the AWM, and that they are still looking to get more knocks. As they do that, what an educate. In the PUBG Mobile Esports scene, once you make it to the finale, it is guaranteed that you're getting part of the prize pool. Last year, PMAC was $8,000, and everyone got a prize pool from first place to 16th place. So if you make it to PMGO Africa, you get $22,000 prize pool, right? So you're in 2.8 million. So, because as the teams itakoko juu, imagine teams za Kenya kama tatu ziko hapo, man. I'm not even excited for the player. Imagine mzazi wako, man. Like, mtoto wangu najua alienda akacheza sijui nini akapata sijui. Bro, that's like gold. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Like, you'll be proud of yourself, and so will your parents and your potential girlfriend kama si dem yako for now. The moment tutashika pesa, what? The ladies. Well, then next card they are taking on a FE. We can see one of the teams there has been knocked and thirsted. And FE, I don't think they're actually that close to them. Their inhale tempo is still in the same compound. And they're not moving just yet. NEX making the rotations. Rex got hello. And we have the players there from NEX closing in on them. Their grenade. If it goes well, it's going to be a Kobe. But then the nade is not released because the players from Rex got decide to leave. But already one of the teammates is already down there. Huge trying to pass by the vehicle, trying to cause some distractions. But look at his HP, and 67 follows him suit here. He wants to take him down. He knows he's low, and Huge tries to get away. And 67 goes back into his vehicle. Doesn't want to risk it just yet. There does actually pass by the revive. The revive was actually happening, but one of the teammate does get knocked there. Unfortunately, doesn't really get knocked again. But then, yeah, here's S12 K next, and we have 67 passing by as well. Remontada, it is an actual clash there. He goes down as well. Last player standing Huge, a UMP in his hand there, trying to get the pre-fire, but the vehicle will be taking the last player from Rex Squad back to lobby. Done with that fight there. We have Asteria Esports taking on a fight as well. We can see a couple of knocks on their side. Prime Esports have proven that they can work under pressure, but then this time round Asteria Esports is giving them a hard time. Did my game just not render? What the fudge? But then have RC there. We have, that is TYC. All I've seen is people just crashing on someone. So right now RC has to be very much careful. They have that is players from Asteria Esports literally on their northern side. There on their eastern side, sorry, they have Prime Notice, and on that southwestern side as well they have IGL, who might be giving them a hard time with where they're holding. That shack is not safe. Rushiano takes on a vehicle and makes his rotation with Fedro. But Asteria Esports right now, you need to be careful. Uncle Way, it does go down. Another team is actually closing in on them here. And Rushiano is not stopping. We have seen him disconnecting and still driving. But I don't know about Fedro. Down on his knees he goes. Rushiano as well will be following suit. And RC Esports will be going back to lobby. Asteria Esports, they hear another vehicle passing by. Dark Tempers, what have you done? They jumped to their death. Yako ni yako. But then beautifully played there for Asteria Esports. 7 eliminations to their name. And Prime Esports player Notice is just still playing in the same ditch. He's not moving just yet. He doesn't want to change his location. He doesn't know how to leave from this place. Asteria Esports are giving him a hard time. The vehicle very much damaged. But let's see what IGL is going to be up to, because right now HL is also closed. We can see them coming from the back there. Mizo and his teammates closing in. Finisher AI passing by the vehicle. But let's see what Mizo is up to, because IGL is distracted. The Atomics being spotted. Beautiful sprays there from Mizo. He doesn't really get a knock just yet. Atomics trying to get the sprays, trying to cover his teammate, but then this damage is actually good. A grenade is getting cooked up there. If it goes well from Mateo, we'll be seeing a Kobe on Atomics, but the nade doesn't really make it there just yet. You have IGL Kido passing by the vehicle. Does a drive-by, actually gets a knock on Kido, and he stops there on his track there, goes in for that push on S12 K, pre-fires every single side. Mizo is on the hot seat, and he goes down, and now it's gonna be up to Kido to do another clutch here. HL losing 2 players already. Inhale tempo, here's the fight, and they're like, okay, hakuna mtu amesema hatuwezi get crash, let's go ahead and do the inhale tempo. Does close in, and I don't know if they're going to be engaging just yet. You can see 5 of the teammates are passing by the vehicles. Jagod tries to get close to a grenade in his hand. If it's cooked well, it's going to be a Kobe, and IGL will be victims of a Kobe, but that nade beautifully done from Jagod. 2 players go down, actually 1, the other one is very much low. Another one goes in, but the nade doesn't really connect just yet there. Zach trying to heal up, trying to get his teammate Atomics up. A lot of teams right now getting third party. Asteria Esports being spotted. We can see FE giving them the damage. Now the zone is about to close in, and all the teams are changing their location. Inhale tempo there is actually feeling very much pressured. HL aggressor, third part in the fight, getting the sprays, getting the elimination points for his teammates. The player there very much low. Beautifully done here by aggressor. But I mean, my friend, you need to get moving. That zone is going to destroy you. But even for him, he doesn't really have a means of going in. But if he gets that player, nah, HL GG's. There's no way he's making it into that zone with that damage. There is no way. Now, Asteria Esports, we can see them losing some players into that zone. Bravo, I don't think he's going to be revived at any point. He's very much done here. The zone is very much high on the damage right now. 4 teams remain. The zone is about to close in again. Excuse me. And someone will be on the hot seat. There we have Yako there being knocked. You have Finisher AI being spotted by Barbaya, immediately knocked and busted. Drink Red Bull. I guess he's about to give someone some wings here. That's going to be aggressor. I don't know if those wings will be sending back to lobby, but a nade is being cooked up. Let's watch a Kobe. Let's go. Grenade goes in. And that's what we call a Kobe. Directly on his face there from Blink Red Bull. Basically gave him wings to the lobby. And someone here getting pressured. Inhale tempo player Jago comes in on time. And he saves them from the wrath of Yahya. Now, Mike, watching this fight from afar, doesn't have a vehicle. Cannot do anything about it. Now it's going to be up to the teammates Yahya to just give commands. Anashikwa. Uko wapi? Anarezu. Uko wapi? Lakini yako. Uko. Jogo got too cocky, and we have DMX there, Babaya watching them. That's actually get a knock there. Inhale tempo player 5 is also getting some sprays towards him. But of course, Aster Esports being able to get that knock. We can't see them getting closer with that push there. Babayao, he wants to do something about this. Let's watch another Kobe right on our screens. If it goes well, let's see it from the aerial view because of the smoke. And Nate has been cooked up here. 5 has to be careful. The Nate almost landed where he was. And 5 turns back and tries to look at Babayao, tries to support him, tries to get some pre-fires happening. But then he's the one who gets damaged. Babayao cooking up another one. If it goes well, 5 will be going back to lobby. But the nade stops, and we have Babayao there receiving nades as well from 5. But of course, the two teams, another grenade goes in. Beautiful damage. Inhale tempo players are getting eliminated, thirsted by those grenades. And now 5, he can see the only thing he can do right. Whoa! Guys, I almost said something, but Babayao was cooking the player, man. The smoke, I couldn't see anyone cooking, man. But well played there finally after a long time. Astera Esports get their chicken dinner. But not only that, 15 eliminations to back up that chicken dinner. Mambo yanachemka, you see what I'm saying? But then good stuff there coming from Astera Esports. Well played from Babayao. Well played with Red Bull as well. Second place, you have Inhale Tempo 3. Third, you have NEX with 13. Wow. 4, you have HL5. 5, you have IGL. 11. 6, you have FE0. 7, you have 1 Take 3. 8, you have Excess Power 1. 9, you have Prime Esports 1. 10, you have Dark Temper 0. 11, RC. With how many? 9. Okay. 12, you have TYC 0. 13, Rex Code 1. 14, Rush Esports 1. 15, Brutal Psycho 0. 16, U7 1. 17, NGX 0. And then 18, Deadly Clan 0. Going on with 6 eliminations, you have DMX, Babayao, Best Companion 2 Rescues, IGL, Zach, and then finisher with the final elimination, DMX, Babayao. Well, of course, that is it for game number 30. For now, we'll be taking a very quick break. And then, of course, as you've seen, the games are starting quite fast. I'll be seeing you guys right after the break. BRB. be a Kobe, but the net has been cooked up here. It doesn't really connect. Flo, they're trying to find the perfect place to be, and he's the only person remaining from any X. He doesn't know what to do, but of course, if he does find the right place, I'm not sure what's happening. Before someone comes to tell me, you always have issues on your live stream. Guys, I don't know why it does that, if I'm being honest. Because even my 5G is not on. And I'm trying to switch to 5G, but it's not switching. Okay, no problem. So Flo is dead. Why? Red Bull there does go in for that push with the last player from NEX taking him back to lobby. For Australia Esports, they have all the players in, 4 eliminations to their name, very much locked in. Beautiful plays there from them. Now already 3 teams have been eliminated. We are just in that second phase of the zone. 3 teams being eliminated, that's very much early. I mean, if they had gathered up enough points from the first and second game and third game, that would have been enough for them to play as they'd wish. But I mean, it is 2 days of the finals. It is just day 1 and that 4th game of the night. 1 more game to go. Why would you risk by losing a game a little bit early? The game there we have Inhale Tempo taking on a Key. And since one of the teammates is down, they're trying to go in for that push. A second player is docked as well. Echo very much damaged the joined as a trio. And now we'll have the players there from Inhale Tempo going in for that push. We have seen this before. Echo getting cooked up there, and that's going to be GG's for FE Esports. Inhale Tempo, 4 eliminations to their name. So now being near that second phase of the zone, everyone right now needs to now find a way. If it's, I don't know if they're going to camp. I don't know if they're going to hide in holes, but it is the 4th game. Everything matters. Every call from the IGL is important. So are you really listening to your IGLs? If the IGL is saying do this, are you listening? If the IGL says don't go there, are you listening? If the IGL says we are camping, are you camping? All right. I feel like I'm tripping, man. This net. Let's switch it. Even the 5G is not working. Well, I guess we'll have to go with what's there, right? So right now, Deadly Clan there and Rush Esports are giving each other a hard time. I mean, Deadly Gojo there has been taken back to lobby. And we can see the sprays there from Deadly Clan, making sure Guns is not revived. Now, one player remains now, Miniko Naswali, out of pure honesty and concern. Rush Esports during the group stages, the semi-finale, they were the ones leading. But now, when we come into the finale, everything has changed. Rush Esports is having a hard time to even survive up to the middle of the game. What is really changing Rush Esports? You can tell us what is the problem. Is it the IGL? Who is not doing what they're supposed to be doing? Who is in the wrong place at the wrong time? What is happening? What is really the problem there with Rush Esports? Neutral cycles, they're trying to get them sprays. Hey, Ali, why are you doing what are you doing to the DP? Right, I don't like DP28 at all. When you're starting PUBG Mobile, it is okay to play with the DP28, but now find something more stable. Find something you can easily control. Tycoon's player there, TYC Butcher, being spotted by Rex Squad, knocked and thirsted immediately. Not even a single whiff of mercy on his side. I mean, that is, of course, something you'd expect when you're playing in a tournament. If you're knocked, you're thirsted immediately. Tycoon's Esports now down to 1 player. 3 players remain standing. Brutal Cycles, very much close to where they are. Rex Squad aware that Brutal Cycles is up on that hill. They're trying to warn them. Jusipo Jichunga mmoja wenu atenda lobby. So Deadly Clan, they've decided hakuna kwenda nyumbani till we finish the last player from Rush Esports. Hemo being the last person standing. Teeny trying to get some Kobe's on Hemo, but he's still moving around. He can hear the movement. I mean, as you can see him trying to basically follow his movement to the molly there. But the only issue is that Hemo amepanda juu ya roof. Bwana Mtembe juu kwenye roof. waiting for deadly teammate to make a mistake. Akim Warner, he's gonna be able to get a knock there, being able to get an elimination at last. Now Mitch, they are very much low, exposing himself there. Hemo tries to get the sprays, but misses all of the shots. Timmy, you can easily take him, and Hemo is spotted by Timmy, taking him back to lobby. Now Rush Esports in lobby. Deadly Clan very low in HP. They need the consumables. They need the meds to make it into that safe zone. Now Mitch goes down. I hope they're going to be finding a plan around that. Dark Tempers still feeling confident, still feeling good. 4 eliminations to their name. The Wi-Fi is back stable. Mungo Yungwema. So Prime Esports, I don't know what their rotation is going to be. I have to give it to Prime Notice there. Has been showing promising gameplay from the team. He has been putting his best foot forward for the team, getting the eliminations, getting the placement points, carrying the team when he's the only person surviving. So I guess that is something we should really have to say about him. But when I was talking about in El Tempo Sports Notice, they try to get the sprays here. They want to confirm that knock. The teammates are not close enough to give him enough cover. They're going to confirm this elimination for sure. But then Prime Ethan there seems to have been spotted by In-Hill Tempo player 5. He's waiting for him to expose himself, and then we might be seeing some damage there. Now with the zone closing in, going all the way to Puerto Paraíso, a place where most teams tend to avoid. Apo Kuland labda zone wapeleke, but teams don't go to Puerto or even Impala unless there's a need to go there. Prime Notice taken back to lobby. So now all the teams, they need to make their rotations into that safe zone. They need to find the safest compound so that they can be able to survive throughout the game. But like I asked, guys, you can tell me in the comment section, what is really affecting Rush Esports from a coach perspective? Because people right now watching the game, you're basically judging teams right now. So you're all casting in your minds, okay? So since you're casting with me, all of you are my co-casters, you need to tell me, what do you think is going through Rush Esports' mind right now? All contributions, all thoughts are very much welcome in the comment section. Rush Esports players as well, you can leave a comment in the comment section. Tell us what is really going on here. So in health play, Jogo there does get knocked out of the vehicle. 5 immediately does also get a knock on Prime Esports player Ethan. But I mean, that knock, wow, that was a very nice one there coming from Prime Esports. But then that will be GG's for him, and Prime will be going back to lobby. Inhale Tempo, the revive will be happening. But then they have to be very much careful. They'll be too open in Miramar. I told you about Miramar. You cannot stand just anywhere. You have to think through where you're standing. Is where I'm right now safe, or is it not safe? That's something you should really ask yourself when you're playing in Miramar. But then so far so good. Tycoons Esports, they're also making rotations in the game here. Also for Tycoons, a question to your team as well. Tycoons Esports is the team that was leading when it came to the semi-finale. Tycoons Esports was the leading team. So what is actually changing right now for Tycoons Esports? What has changed? But before they answer that, there we have Inhale Tempo taking on One Take Esports, and already one of the teammates here is down, and we can see a push there from 5. He wants to get closer. A grenade is up there, a spray. It does get knocked as well, and that's going to be up to Newton. Got to do something, but then it gets knocked as well. Now last player remaining, that is going to be Saint. Does get the spray, gets one player down. His HP very much low, and Inhale Tempo still in that bit are still dominating the game. 11 eliminations to their name. I mean, kwani mnachukuanga nini saa zingine? Sometimes you guys play very bad. It's like you've never played PUBG. Then siku moja tu mnaamka tu, the next thing everyone is a pro player. So I need to know, how is this changing? The ones who are taking knowing that I've not liked the live, but I will report you. But then as we do that, we have players from RC. They are going in for that push. NGX basically the middle. They have been sandwiched. RC coming in quite hot there. We can see what 777 decided to do. He ran away, but then they are chasing him, and we have him being knocked down. And now the teammate Shakur also can hear Rashiano. He's trying to get this race happening there. Already one of the team is down. Rashiano getting pushed by Shakur. The DP28. Of course, if you know how to use it, it's going to be a good gun there. Rashiano very much low. He's avoiding a push, and he goes down. Shakur did not focus on that fast. You need to be very much alert. The teammate there, when Uncle Way is getting closer as well. Shakur, the last player standing. One beautiful grenade. Shakur, you can do it, but then he doesn't even have a grenade. And the teammates Marcia getting that revive. NGX, where are the numbers? They seem to have been eliminated, and now Shakur, it's going to be GG's from your end. Surviving this is going to be impossible without utilities like grenades. there's nothing you can do. But now RC, of course, they're what? They got to confirm the elimination. So Shakur right now is making a very interesting rotation, trying to retreat as much as he can without being exposed to the players from RC. But I think Sharky can see him. Luckily for them here, for him actually, for NGX, Brutal Psychos is here. Brutal Psychos might just be the saving grace that the player Shakur needed to get away from RC. Sharky, they have been spotted, been very much distracted. You can hear the sprays from the Brutal Psychos. They're waiting, they're anticipating for him to make one teeny tiny easy mistake, and they'll be taking him back to lobby. Uncle Way gets spotted. Ali is thinking about it. They don't know what to do. They're trying to get the push there on Shakur. Two players go down from RC. A beautiful tough step coming from Ali. Rashiano cannot do anything about this. He cannot expose himself. He cannot even smoke them because they're basically open, and Brutal Psychos can see them clearly. Two players remain standing, Rashiano and Sharky, but with that zone about to move, one of the teams that is Sharky will be on that losing end. Shakur, he's lucky. Brutal Psychos are still giving him the cover he deserves. Now Shakur, you need to be careful as well. Do not go in the same way that the players from RC were going. And just like that, we have Brutal Psychos taking on the last player from NGX, as well as I can top up at least MVP up at a 2K. 5K ni kidogo walai. Oh, W's to you, Brian. W's. You can either DM me on TikTok, WhatsApp, or Instagram, or whatever. You have my number. Kwenye uko. Look for me and send me a DM. Let's talk about that. Let's give the MVP a good thing. So right now, Brutal Psycho player, they're trying to beautiful Kobe and Bravo will be down. Another nade, they're being cooked up. If it goes well, we might be seeing Baba Yao following Bravo down on his knees. A grenade coming towards him. The nade has been cooked to perfection. And Bravo is still down, but then the nade doesn't really connect just yet. They're still thinking about it. Brutal Psychos, you need to get closer. Your teammate is doing a number here. Asteria Esports player Red Bull is also waiting for that opportunity. If you get distracted, I'll take you down. But Viper is a lot. Hey, let's go. We have the Asteria Esports player Yako trying to go and for that, but she gets spotted as well. I mean, the player from Brutal Psychos was holding that place. He wasn't moving anytime soon. So now Baba Yao has to do something about this because the only two players are standing, him and Bravo, and that push is very much needed because this one player can give them a very hard time. Red Bull back on his feet, and now it's going to be time for that revenge coming from Asteria Esports praise, coming from Baba Yao. If the zone closes in, someone is going to be damaged. But then as you can see, Asteria Esports there, Bravo is not moving just yet. Grenades, Alani where he is. I mean, right now, the players from Brutal Psychos are not letting Asteria Esports move from where they are. If they rotate them, if they flank them, then Asteria Esports will be on the losing end. Who is this? Rashiano comes in from the back and he gets one player there from Asteria Esports. Babio is already down. I don't know if Rashiano is going to be cooking up a grenade here, but if it's cooked well, it's going to be a Kobe. Someone is stopping Rashiano. He cannot do anything about it. Asteria Esports need to get that revive. The zone is about to close in. Babio basically creeping in closer to where Bravo is. The revive is very much needed. But as you can see, Brutal Psychos wamesema leo sisi ndio ma watchman. Kutoka hapo labda mwenye nyumba aseme tuhame. But right now we have the players from Brutal Psychos waiting patiently, gatekeeping that zone. Baba Yao trying to get the healing happening here. Asteria Esports, they need to make their rotations. Brutal Psychos, they can't see them. They know they're going to be getting closer to them. Viper and the teammates, you need to be alert. Even let Asteria Esports make it into that zone. You have fumbled a very, very good chance. A once in a lifetime opportunity, and now Baba Yao is in that zone. They can easily make a very good rotation and take on the players from Brutal Psychos, but we'll be seeing whether that's going to be the case or not. Rexco, they are taking on a fight, and I'm going to be jumping where they are because we need to see this. One of the teammates is down. Actually, two were down already. God of War trying to get closer. Tycoons Esports, we have seen a push happening where they are. Teams are closing in there. Brutal Psychos very much distracted, and Deadly Team is also there to enjoy the party. Tycoons Esports been spotted. I mean, right now, every single team is on that hot seat. Surviving is not going to be easy. Inhale Temple losing number. Red Squad are getting knocked by the blue zone. Not a good look if you're getting knocked by the zone. Dark Temple still surviving. Deadly Clan still in the game. Someone is getting pushed there. Remontada again. Every single time is the last person standing. And he goes down together with his team at the God of War. The S12Ks for Inhale Temple. Beautifully done. And now it's going to be up to just 5 teams to try and get that chicken dinner for that last last fight in that blue or safe zone, depending on what rotation they are making. Grenades are coming in from Tycoons Esports. Dark Corral are getting the damage. Rex Squad, you had a chance of going into that zone without exposing yourself, but you know what they decided? Wacha tusalimie in hill tempo. Nani hivyo? Hii ikaisha hivyo. Unakunya brufen kwa nini? I make it in my mic or what? So right now we have the players there from Brutal Psychos. Let me switch it. So Brutal Psychos right now, they have the players of Inhale Tempo right in front of them. The Dark Tempers on their right side. And we have Roos, of course, being spotted. Grenades. And Viper does get a spray on this man there. And Dark Tempers closes in as well. There's Power getting a knock on the fast. They need to make it into the zone. Karao gets spotted. He gets knocked as well. Inhale Tempo player East. He has the view. A grenade coming from Power. But Brutal Psychos Viper will be seeing him and taking him back to lobby. Now Tycoons Esports, Brutal Psychos, and the players of Inhale Tempo. Only one team can give us a chicken dinner. But now the big question is, who will be the one giving us that chicken dinner? Brutal Psycho player. This is the Arab guy goes down. We can see BPX Viper trying to find a way of saving his team. Leo Viper alikunywa brufen. See Mimi Fade. Viper. Leo ako kazi. Viper gets 4 eliminations for his team. 3 teams still remaining. Sports 2IC Logic as well. The spray is better. Seems like Aliskiza. The spray is actually looking good today. Looks a little bit solid there. They need to get the revive on their knock teammate if they can. And one person can give enough cover. They spray there on Kido. Abdaka actually. Not even Kido. Sorry for IGL calling your name. But then Abdaka there does gets knocked by Viper. Ay, kijana Leo. Viper rather. Awa mekunya maziwa. But I mean, Viper is doing a really good job right now, smoking up the area, thinking like a PUBG Mobile esports player, and he's making sure his teammates' needs are coming first. He needs to get the cover, he needs to get the spray. The zone is their priority, and as you can see, he's smoking up the area. Tycoons Esports right on the east side here. Viper, you need to be careful, do not get cocky. Logic is waiting for you on that right side. They seem to be a little bit distracted. You need to get your game up. They can actually hear you getting closer. Logic and the teammates are also retreating. Ghetto being basically in front of Viper. Grenade there. If Viper gets it well, it's gonna be a Kobe, but as they try to make it into the zone, Tycoons Esports player Logic tries to do something, and guess who gets the last elimination? BPX Viper. Wewe. Nani. Viper there is looking good there. Very well played there from Brutal Psychos. Second chicken dinner back to back for them. And they get a chicken dinner with a total of 11 eliminations to their name. Second place, you have Tycoons Esports, 3 eliminations. Third, you have Inhale Tempo, 19 wow. How did... Acha nisiongea, tulikuwa na 22 sign in 19. Fourth place, you have Dark Tempers with 6 eliminations. 5, you have Deadly Clan. 4, 6, you have Rex Code 2. 7, you have RC4. 8, you have HL 30. 9, you have Asteria Esports 4. 10, you have U70. 11, you have NGX1. 12, you have One Tech Esports 0. 13, Prime Esports 0. 14, Rush Esports 6. 15, FE1. 16, NEX 0. 17, XS 0, and then 18 IGL 0. Going lot with 7 eliminations. We have Inhale Tempo player 5, Best Companion with 2 rescues, Baba Yao, and then finisher with the final elimination, BPX Viper. Guys, let's make this interesting. So you guys have already watched the game so far, and you can see the pattern, you can see the teams that are dominating. I need you guys to answer one question. It's a first come, first serve type of thing. So the last game is about to begin. We'll be going back to Miramar. I need you to make a prediction in the comment section. Which team do you think is going to be giving us the chicken dinner for the last game? Once you get that correct, I will give you credit ya Valentine's. So imetosha, sindio? So if you get the prediction right, make sure to hit me up. I'm going to be looking at the comment section. Look at it. Tell me from how the teams are playing. Which team do you think is going to be giving us the chicken dinner for the last game of the night? Right now, let's take a quick break, and then we'll be right back after the break. All right, so we are back for that last game of the night, and guess where we are? We are back in Miramar, that land of pure dust. Of course, some teams walikuwa wale wameshahesabu vile wataingia rondo wakote another 30 kills. Wengine wakasema hapa tukiongeza zingine 10 tutakuwa sawa. But guess what? Only the previous stage is when we could give you 2 rondos, just to give all the teams an equal opportunity to get eliminations, get points, just to make it to the grand finale, Bado ulikuwa umekelea bet ya so hiyo so yako lazima, actually si so, mko watu 6. Excuse me. Mko watu 6. So kila mtu alitoa kama 66 shillings ama tuseme 70 shillings. Investment. But of course, now we have some teams here. They seem to have been landing together a little bit too early. Here again, we might be having a very, very, very fast of the game. Very early fight at the start of the game. We have One Take Esports and Tycoons Esports. So of course, with that zone looking actually very, very favorable to most teams, leaning. Why doesn't anyone go to Los Leones? Why? It's always a desert. No one is going there. Look at where people are. Oh, One Take Esports and Tycoons Esports, since the fight is finally taking place. And one of the team is there from Tycoons Esports, that is Butcher, has been knocked and thirsted. Abdaka, Logic, and Ghetto are the last players standing from their team. You can see how One Take Esports is trying to close in on them, trying to get closer. Rush Esports, Wameamka, they have taken on an early fight here against the IGL. So before that push happens, let's see what Rush Esports is. Already 2 players have been knocked and thirsted from IGL Esports. We have Rush Guns here trying to get closer. Oh, remember I Miss Cornes. Cornes. Hey, Cornes. And you cannot say that she's the phone. Ukitaka neza ambia public simu gani unatumia. But then right now, it seems like the Brutal Cycles as well are taking on an early fight. You can see Dark Tempers getting on a snipe on them. Already one of the teammates there has been knocked. But of course, nothing is happening just yet. IGL, their guns, they are trying to go in for that push. Akarudi chini, akachia mgine and mbele. So let's see the one with the guts, what is up to. And it seems like that player has actually changed his position. An IGL player that is going to be going for that push. Okay, Gans. Okay, Miss Cones. Hey, well, watch Abuana. IGL Kiddo give up. There we go. So now Rush Esports, they have been able to get 3 eliminations. Last player standing is IGL Zach. Wacha tuone kama Gans atafanya kitu. Wacha tuone kama atatenda jambo. Kama atafanya lile jambo. Of course, they are Brutal Cycles. Yes, they did get a chicken dinner back to back. They have been able to dominate their Rush Esports, though were able to get a chicken dinner in that first game of the night. We have Asteria Esports also got themselves a chicken dinner. But then Brutal Cycles as well were able to get 2 chicken dinners with that game. Ni sawa Guns. Am I the only one napatanga tooth sensitivity watu wakifanya hivyo na magan kwa flow ya game? Ni kuzeeka. So right now, man of the match last game, that was Viper, seems to have been eliminated a bit too early in the game. So guys, if you're watching the live, I asked this, okay? I'm giving out credit, 100 Kenya shillings airtime, to anyone who gives me the prediction on which team is going to be giving us the chicken dinner for the last game of the night. You have watched game 1 to 4. You have seen how the teams have been able to improve in terms of how they're handling the fight. From game 1 to game 4, it has been a little bit different. You have seen the teams deciding on the fights. Boy. Unfortunately, there the player was actually surrounded. Dark Shadow and the team, they're trying to get some cover, but it seems like they do not have good guns to take on a fight. They're corralled, trying to get the tap-ins happening. And now one player remains standing is Dark Shadow. And I believe Brutal Cycles will be going in for that push on that. There are beautiful pre-fires from the smiley Brutal Psycho player. And of course, the pre-fires coming in from the Arab man. He's trying to get something up in there. But that shotgun will be moving that hairline back to that lobby. Well played there from a BPX Smiley. So right now, like I was saying, in the comment section, feel free, feel comfortable. Tell me which team do you think is going to be giving us a chicken dinner for the last game of the night. Acha nikwambia usiwahi fungua group ya PUBG kama imepop up kwa PC naona chat. Guys, Miss Cones nimeona Shakur naye ameambiwa anaingia kwa mawe. Ai. Hey. Anyway, guys, there we have us here. Esports are taking on some fight against NEX. Already one of their teammates has already been taken down, and Flo Jr. has proven time and time again. I might be saying his name wrong. Maybe it's Flo JR, but not Flo Jr. But Mimi ni nani? JR will forever mean Junior. So Bravo here right now. We can see the other team is actually getting Jade kept there. We have NEX trying to go in for that. Surely one of the teammates there has been knocked and fasted. Babayel time and time again proven to be quite comfortable going in against any player. But then this time round, he will be going down on his knees and they'll be trying to take him back to lobby. Bravo coming in from the back, an FTP in his hand. Tommy as well. The players from NEX very much low. It seems like they do not have meds for this fight. But then Flo is getting the healing happening there. Bravo does get to hear him. They cannot go anywhere. They're trying to get the healing happening. Asteria Esports giving the cover sprays. They're trying to get the revive on their knocked teammate Flo. Dan healing. You can't go in for that push. He gets a stunned grenade in. He does try to get some confusion happening, but then nothing really changes. The revive has finally taken place, and Red Bull gets him from the back. He does take him down. 67 outside of the building. Doesn't want to get closer. His teammate is already down. They're going in for that push. Red Bull with an Uzi. He wants to get him close. He wants to get the spray there. He wants to do something. Actually, it's a DBS, and he'll be taking 67 with him. A grenade for the teammate. It does take Red Bull down. I mean, the rage from that can make you delete the game. But right now, he needs to get inside that building to get revived before the last player from that is a Team 13 NEX gets closer. A grenade being cooked up here. Don't think it's going to be a Kobe, but it will be enough to... Did he just task his teammate? Inauma. But then right now, Sir Esports can basically hear this push happening. They can hear him. It's not that far. That's an easy call there. So they know someone is getting revived. Mike needs to finish this up here. Red Bull trying to get some Kobe's outside as well. But then the grenades are not really connecting. Bravo with an amazing rotation right now. And the players of NEX, Habibis, you might be finding your way in the lobby there. Bravo trying to get the P5, trying to see if he can spot them. He wants to close in, but he's thinking about it. He's not sure if it's time or not. But then Bravo, of course, coming from the back. NEX, Mike there goes in for that push. And we have the other player that is NEX 67 also spotting Bravo. He does get good damage on him. Tries to take him down. But I mean, Red Bull makes it on time. And Bravo will be surviving that fight from the player from NEX. But otherwise, Bravo was a gone man. So with the zone closing in, we have seen one take esports are losing players to that blue zone. Not a good look, but I mean, do something. Do something about it. Do something, eh? One take esports not accept losing a fight into that zone, okay? Let's see what's going to be happening here, X Squad. We have them taking on FE Esports. We have already at least one player that is, what is this name? I keep on saying it the wrong way. God of War gets knocked as well. What is happening? Where are they taking? Well, one player is far away and the others are taking on a fight. What is this Rex code? Come on, you can do better. Come on. Hey, mpaka kidogo niongee Kikamba. God damn. Unapotato left, right, center, nyuma kila mali. Mwingine yako amereload. Whoa. Rex code, what's really happening right now? Remontada trying and Remo on the team. Beautifully done there. The SOK almost took him out, but then Remontada with an M4 was able to get that player all the way back to lobby. Now, FE has one more player right in front of where Remontada is. He can decide to take him out or just wait it out. But of course, a grenade there coming from Remontada. If it's cooked well, it's going to be a Kobe. But I don't know where he's cooking that nade to. But then FE there will be trying to get the healing happening. Remontada not really confident with that push, cooking up another one. And that nade actually gets damage. He needs to get closer. The pre-fire was amazing. The damage is good. Come on, Remontada, you can do more. A grenade again in his hand. He's looking for another Kobe. And if that nade goes well, FE will be going back to lobby. The damage is good. But the player is in lobby because, what is this? Hind Yonin. Rex code. Remontada. Muniambie sai, who is Remontada? Muniambie jina yake ukweli. Niko na kitu ya kuaddress. So Order says Aster Esports, Ninja says Aster Esports. All right. So if Aster Esports wins, Order is the first person to get, the 100 Kenya shillings credit to call your Valentines. No more else this year, no more else this year. And beautifully done here. We can see another fight happening. Aggressor is already low on his HP, trying to get the healing happening there. Finisher AI already down on his knees here. I don't know if the revive is going to be happening, but then Aggressor decides to go in for the revive. He's still thinking about it. No, Aggressor, what you doing? Bro, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, hapana, you're not to make hapana. Guys, look at the saying. These are those players, if you find that akikupata kona mbaya, utalia. In fact, delete game. He's saying hasn't moved a muscle. He's not moving a muscle. He has a nest of K. We have another gun situation, but this time round, ametulia. Wanga mbaya. Wanga mbaya. Wanga mbaya. Unasikia? Wanga mbaya. KPL Wanga. So right now we can see the player, they're trying to go in for that camping mood, and the player, what? I'm sure I'm sure the Inhale Temple player who actually spotted him, Alibaniki, and the saying there does get eliminated by a Molly from Inhale Temple player 5. Now 13 teams remaining. That means we have already lost 5 teams in the game. 5 whole teams. RC for the win. Okay, Uchiha says RC for the win. Naomba Ivane Uchiha upate soya kupigia mpower. Umwambie vile you are the only M416 Glacier I need in my life. Jua una hata kwa game. Bado sijali. I got you. Mitch got you guys. So right now, the zone is about to again close in. Most of the teams need to make their rotation into that safe zone. Los Leones, the compound that everyone avoided, is in that safe zone. Brutal Cycles taking on Prime Esports. So let's see what's really happening there. Lee is already down, and the only person standing is BPXR guy. Prime Esports have proven time and time again that they actually have the confidence to take on 5. But as you can see for Prime Esports, 2 of their players already have been eliminated. Prime Fireboy trying to go down the stairs. He knows the Brutal Cycles have been getting the revive. The only problem is the numbers. Will he be able to do something about it? If he can move, if you can move this way, you can see where the Brutal Cycle players are holding, and the Prime Esports player is also closing on them. Here we have Aliyo. What the? Wow. Yes, guys. Practice Miramar here, because Prime Esports are using their knowledge to their advantage, and bet your ethos imeumanje. Enda uanze kutafuta kununua credit ya kupigia mpoa, because Prime Esports have eliminated Brutal Cycles from the run for that chicken dinner. And right now, the only people who can actually think about the 100 Kenya shillings is Order, Ninja, and Guru Uchiha. But I don't think I've seen RC in the game, my friend. They have not even engaged in any fight. Abisa. Oh, they did actually. Oh, what? But we have Asteria Esports. They are taking on Inhale Tempo. We can see one player is already down. They're trying to go in for that push. And Bravo will be getting a knock there. But then he has to be really careful. This damage did not really register that much. But his HP are very much low. Wow! And a Kobe will be finding his way on Bravo's head there. Last player remains, and there's Red Bull. He needs to get on the plus Inhale Tempo East. But then they also take him out. And right now, Order and the Ninja, they will be waiting for another day to get 100 Kenya shillings for their Valentines. But I mean, if Aster Esports wins a KPL tomorrow, they can still give you 100 Kenya shillings just for the support. And you can go ahead and talk to your Mpoa, okay? So right now, the only person sitting confident is Uchiha. So let's see if Uchiha's bet will actually win this night. Tycoons Esports very much close to where we have RC. The zone is about to close in. It left Los Leons. So every single team that was in Los Leons right now needs to make their way into that safe zone. Prime Esports, they need to make their rotations into the zone. Access Power, another team that has played it a little bit safe for this game. 10 teams still remaining. Kila mtu amenyamaza. Kuna mtu anapiga mgine. Kuna mtu anataka story. So right now, what they're focusing on is that chicken dinner. Because after today, only one more day to go. That is for Sunday's grand finale games. 5 matches only, and that will be it. So I don't know about you, but let's see if they're going to be able to survive this run. All right, but then so far so good. It has not been an easy run for these teams. I don't know why, man. Why people decide to just expose themselves to early fights. But then, I mean, Deadly Clan there, we can see a Mitch and Jago supporting him. Of course, they do take him down. Timmy, he comes in from the back. We know Timmy for those very nice rotations. He does take his time before he engages in a fight. We can see him making those rotations for the off angles and getting some knocks on the teams when they're distracted. So I think he actually plays a vital role there for the team. So let's see if it's something that is going to be shown when it comes into this game. Ninja is still looking for Australia Esports, but my friend, your bet has gone down the drain. And I'm keeping my 100 Kenya shillings. Alright. So Deadly Clan. Deadly Manu is down. Now Mitch is down as well. Gojo and Timmy are the only players remaining. Ooh, Timmy gets spotted. He gets sprayed. And he goes down as well. Now in hill tempo there, Jago is just trying to scout around with his teammates. But here's the thing, Deadly Clan player Gojo was just chilling next to his vehicle, and now he's going to be running away. But he says, sit down and behave. And Deadly Clan will be going back to lobby. 8 teams remaining. The zone is about to close in again. HL Esports, they have lost the numbers on that fight. In hill tempo, they need to go into that safe zone. Excess power are making their rotations. Rush Esports holding it down there for eliminations to their name. They're looking confident with that, but they need to also go back into that safe zone before they also get kept by some teams. So right now we can see Excess power. They're trying to get closer to Rush Esports. They're not really engaging in any fight just yet. Guns and the teammate are just holding on that by the edge of the zone. They need to get in a little bit closer into that safe zone. Tycoons Esports, they do not know what to do. Gedo just decides to do, let's do some emotes and let go. I think they gave up because RC is basically gatekeeping them. So there's nothing they can do about it. Just accept and move on with life, right? So right now we have the players that they are from in hill tempo. They have shown they can dominate the place here. Prime Esports are getting some eliminations to their side. They are sporting Excess power. Kuna Bwana Mutembe, they are trying to run away, get spotted as well, does get taken down. And I mean, Fireboy does try to get a beautiful reflex happening, but then the players from Excess power have the numbers. The warrior there and his team has been spotted. Beautiful spray there by Bad, and Killer with the reflex does get the damage, and Bad stops him there. But Bad is not yet done with them. He needs to get more eliminations. The warrior getting spotted, he goes down. Killer, you are the only person standing for Excess power who can do something for his team. The warrior, he needs to get revived. Prime Esports, they do not have the numbers, but the pre-fire is beautiful from Killer, and Excess power will be surviving for this time round. But then FE Esports is also quite close to where they are. If they try to make the rotation into that safe zone, they will be spotted and they'll be taken back to lobby. Sasa nani anaongea ukweli? Remontada ni long neck ama ni Kipto? Na long neck ni nani man? Wacha nini na long neck bro? Who's long neck? Wale tuko na majirafu kwa PUBG skizi na hatujui man. Wacheni hizo. Hakuna mtu akona long neck. Skizi anaitwa Madredi. Ule boy wa Madredi. Huh? So every esports player there is making his way into that safe zone. He's the only person standing for his team. We have 6 teams remaining, and most of them are just making their rotation into that safe zone. They have he's trying to get his sprays. It is quite stable, but then doesn't really get any damage just yet. Excess power trying to make their way into the safe zone, but the damage from the zone and the elimination will be taken on Excess power back to lobby. Inhale tempo, 10 eliminations. Guy, ebu niulize. RC ilikuwa na 22, si ndio? Inhale tempo, 2 games continuous, have gotten 10 plus eliminations, right? Who do you think is leading in terms of eliminations right now? Is it still RC or is it Inhale tempo? Who do you think is leading right now? So for the teams here, RC is just maintaining their position there by the edge of the zone. They need to get closer into that safe zone. Rush Esports almost in that zone as well. So the only team that can give people a hard time is the Inhale tempo. So Inhale tempo holding it out. They do not want to be in that middle of the zone fight. They do not want to be the one everyone wants to take a bite of. They just want to be the ones wiping the table once everyone is done fighting. So right now they're looking at the teams. They're waiting for them to make a mistake. NGX, I don't. Demarco, what are you doing in the middle of? What are you doing in the middle? So So Inhale Temple player 5 there has been spotted by Unity Blaster from NGX. The zone is about to close in. They need to make their rotation. Rush Esports trying to get the space towards RC. They want to stop them. They cannot make it into the safe zone. Hoemo says no moving. Not today. RC, one of the teammates is done already. The zone is closing in their guns. Amewaka, Leo Kumewaka. He says, watching on let me know my gets a knockdown. Shaki beautifully sprayed. And now they need to make it into the zone there. RC, they do not have the numbers. Only one person remains standing as Uncle Wayne. And he's trying to get some sprays here, trying to get some eliminations. But then NGX have actually survived there and made their way into the middle. But they have been spotted there by Inhale Temple. 3 teams remaining in RC. And Rush Esports, Inhale Temple looking for another chicken dinner. They're looking for that margin to be so big that RC cannot catch up anymore. Now RC player Uncle Wave in Kobe back to lobby. Rush Esports, 2 players have been standing. Basically the man here, you had the view now, me fumble. Where watch Abuana. Man's gonna be up to Gant here to do something. He has been called the Miss Cones. But I mean, if that grenade is good, it's gonna be a Kobe. But that doesn't really connect me. Guzna Nekana. And our friend here will be going back to lobby. Just like that. Game number 5 done and dusted. Inhale Temple getting a chicken dinner. But not only a chicken dinner, but they'll be getting themselves 16 eliminations with that chicken dinner. 16. Na kuna game walikuwa na 17. Guy. I don't know who's gonna be catching up with these guys, but acha tuone. Squeeze Inhale Temple sijui ni nini. Has Inhale Temple registered for SSA? We need to see this there as well. Coming in second place, you have Rush Esports. They have a total of 7 eliminations. At third place, you have RC with 3 eliminations. Oh, I couldn't tell him. I'll guess Inhale Temple. Jesus, nimebaki na mia yangu. Nilikuwa nimetense kesho skuli mandazi. But yeah, I'm good. Fourth place, you have NGX done elimination. 5, you have FE with 4. 6, you have XS Power 2. 7, Prime Esports 6. 8, you have Tycoons Esports 1. 9, you have HL 2. 10, you have Deadly Clan 0. 11, you have Asteria Esports 4. 12, you have One Take Esports 1. 13, Brutal Cycle 6. 14, U72. 15, Rexco 3. 16, NEX 1. 17, Dark Tempers 1. And then 18, IGL 0. Going a lot with 6 eliminations, you have Inhale Temple player East. Best companion with 3 rescues. Asteria Esports player something Yako. And then finish out with the final elimination, Inhale Temple player Roos. Well, I believe that is it, guys, for the last game of the night. It has been nothing but absolute cinema. But for now, we'll be saying good night. And thank you so much for everyone who's liked, shared, and subscribed to the YouTube. For now, it is your girl Mitch Gaming, and I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Basically, tomorrow, as in today on Saturday, that is, for the last day in the grand finale. For now, bye. See you next time. Bye.